Hi, I'm Tom Dickson from New Farm Machinery magazine, and I'm with Tim Andrew from Massey Ferguson, and we're going to have a look at the latest in the edition of the high horsepower Massey tractors. It's a 8737. From my point of view, I've been in it for about half an hour and it's an absolute breeze to drive. You don't have to learn all the functions straight away, but to jump in and be able to get the tractor moving to start off, set cruise control, set the easy guidance, you can be in the paddock and working. What I really loved about it, when I looked down at the fuel economy gauge, it's running at about probably 22 to 23 litres per hour. Tim, exactly which tractor are we looking at today?
Yeah, Tom, we're looking at the MF 8737 tractor. It's a flagship model of the Massey Ferguson tractor range. It's just been released in the last few weeks to the Australian market. So the 8737 and the same with all the 8700 series that have just been introduced all feature the new AGCO Power 8.4 litre twin turbo engine. The engine's coupled with a Dyna-VT transmission, which makes it extremely easy to use, and as you found out, really simple to get in there and set your cruises and get the machine working and really performing well.
Where does this fit in with the horsepower bracket?
Yeah, look, we quote it as a 370 horsepower tractor, so it does get very confusing for customers who know that different companies quote different figures. So we quote 370 horsepower, that's at the maximum horsepower. So the rated horsepower is around about 360 horsepower, 350, 360 horsepower. And then the EPM, which has our engine power management, actually boosts the power by another 30 horsepower on top of that. So we can actually get 400 horsepower out of it, but we quoted at 370 because it's true engine horsepower.
Yeah. One other feature that you touched on earlier on when we were doing the drive that I felt would be a really important aspect to the tractor and getting horsepower onto the ground is the tyres that you're running.
The tyres that we've got fitted to these machines now, the 8700s in specific, this machine we've got here today, is Michelin IF tyres with the increased flex tyres. So usually when you're running tyres on this sort of tractor with heavy draft work or heavy traction work, once you get down around 12 or 10 psi, you start getting a little bit of risk in rolling the tyres off the rims or screwing them off the rims. But these tyres, these new Michelin tyres, are actually built to go down to as low as 6 psi. So to really increase that footprint and get the maximum traction. So as you can understand, up to 400 horsepower out of the machine, we need as much rubber as we can get on the ground.
And what I really like too, you were saying the tyres don't actually expand their width, you more just lengthen the track. So you're nearly getting a track effect by lengthening that, and you're not impacting on your compaction on the soil, just increasing traction. From my point of view, the first thing I noticed was jumping into the tractor. The steps are very nicely graded, so you can walk straight into the cabin, sit down in the suspension seat and make whatever adjustments to suit yourself. So it's a very comfortable work environment, which is extremely important when you're spending on these properties sort of 12-14 hours a day in the tractor. It has to be comfortable. For a much more detailed written review, just look out for New Farm Machinery magazine.